Hi, I'm Chris from the Carrington Jungle, and it's March 1st. It's time for a garden tour. So it's March 1st, and we'll go over what we've done over the last month. It's been busy, and we've gotten a lot done, and we've gotten nowhere near done what I wanted, but I have sometimes unrealistic expectations, and that's fine. So we still got a lot to plant out under the pergola, but we're making progress. Something fun that we've got going now. These are Dutchman's pipe vines that we've got starting to climb up, and we have them in all four corners. So hopefully this year those will get up on top of the pergola and get us some nice shade. But we just planted those. They should get 20-30 feet long as far as vines go though, so plenty large enough to get us shade in the summer. Then we'll start where we always start, over by the ginger, which is still looking great. And we've planted a couple more of these out in the garden too, and we'll probably do some divisions later this year. We picked up 2 copper leaf plants, the green and cream variegated ones that we'll put on either side over here and try and block out some of the sightline from neighbors and stuff like that. But this year, this wall of cannas will come back anytime and also help with that. We finished most of the new pavers, and we're still just weeding and mulching, which we'll do forever. But new cannas coming up everywhere. And then we've dug up a few of the blood bananas and moved them. But we still have 2 pups coming, and they're starting to get a little better color, although they still look really beat up from the winter. And then the Spiky Bamboo. All of last year's tall canes are starting to branch out, and once they do, they'll be able to get a lot more energy and start throwing new shoots. Helicanas. The Chute Bamboo is branching out, and it threw 2 shoots through the winter, so it's doing really good. This is a mess, and I have to clean it all up. Weeding and mulching. Copperleaf still looks good. Hopefully it'll start to bush out soon. Oh, we got a bunch of palm trees. 4 more along the back wall and right here, which these are Alexandria Palms. Look kind of like a Christmas palm, but get a bit taller, and they were a lot cheaper. So we get them at Marketplace from a guy who mainly just installs Eureka screens, and he had these for cheap, so picked those up. That'll make it look a lot nicer out here. They've only been in the ground for maybe a week, so that's really exciting. The red Chute Bamboo pushing up and putting on a ton of leaves, and if you can see it, the branches are really starting to fill out. I can't wait for this one to put some shoots on this year. They should be 20-30 feet at least and thick, but he's doing good. This area we're still trying to figure out what we'll do with. We might take out this umbrella tree right here and maybe put a waterfall, or I don't know, still a work in progress. That'll probably be the last area we focus on this year. Bamboo Banana, still leafing out. If we get a couple more shoots on this one this year, it should block this neighbor really good, along with all just the trash growing in this corner. So this area really needs work, but this back wall here, we got most of what we needed done. It's just the far corner still needs to be weeded and mulched. But we divided up the big helicanas and split each bunch from 1 to 2 and moved them forward to match the palm trees. We planted gingers in the center, and then we've got a couple of different cordyline planted along the front. And they're not up yet, but we got some elephant ear bulbs between each one. So that should look really, really nice once it all comes up. Hopefully in a month or two. And then we moved the blood bananas behind each ginger, so that'll form a higher level, just different textures and colors, but all takes time. And then we cleared out back here where I said the Gracilis Bamboo is, and now you can actually see them, and they should be able to grow much better because they're not competing as much. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 along this back fence. So that should make a nice green. Hopefully this year it'll really get going, and within 2 or 3 years it'll be just a wall along the back line. And there's the other blood banana over there. I don't know where we'll put the other two, but I'm sure we'll find a spot for them. We got that center island out. The yard's currently a big mess, but later today or tomorrow, maybe. Work's been crazy, and having 2 kids, that's just what it is. All of these cannas we've dug out from that back bed, we'll divide up all of these roots and pot them up and get more plants. Way more than we need, so we'll probably try and sell them and give them away to friends and family and all of that. But I'm really happy with how all these palms turned out on the back wall. This is the last little back area that needs some work, but maybe later today. Just mulch and weed. We planted, which they look rough, but they'll pop back up. A Tropicana Canna, which is pretty pink, orange, and green striping on the leaves. I've got some on the other side, I'll show you. But he'll just spread and make more plants. Ginger, Textilis, really doing good. And like I said, that one's only 2 months older than the others, but they were planted so late in the year, they didn't really have time, but their roots are growing, and they'll really get going soon. And check on the yellow bamboo. And he still hasn't done too much. No new shoots, but once we get some rain, he'll do good. And he'll get 40 feet, and they spread to a pretty wide size, so that'll be good. Need to trim up this carrot wood tree, which these things are invasive, and I didn't plant it, but for now it's a little bit of shade, and it can always come down later. This red Chute Bamboo has thrown 2 shoots over the last month or so and has another little one coming. Hopefully it puts on some good ones like the one on the other side. But we'll see what it does. But it's branching out nicely. It's got a couple mangoes hanging from the tree there. That was a fun project. We just bought a mango to eat, and me and my son planted the seeds, and this is less than a year old, so $2 and you get a ton of plants and a meal. The banana's getting a little more height. This is the Boss Jew, so They haven't been impressive with all the claims of how fast they grow, but we'll just wait and see. We have 2 of these and 2 Mekong Giants planted, plus the ice cream bananas that have actually done well. And I just split off a pup to give to my dad the other day. Another Latiforus bamboo. Didn't grow near as good as the other one last year, but it's branching up. And over there used to be a vegetable garden, so the soil's better. But it'll get there. Over here, our future fire pit area. It's just a desolate canna field. But we're going to plant some gingers behind, and some other colorful lower plants around, and it'll get looking good soon. These bamboos, the golden stripe multiplex, still haven't done much, but things are just waking up. It's still in, we had another cold front and it was down in the 50s last night, so it's not really prime growing season yet. And we've got no rain for the next week, so we'll start watering, start feeding, and as it warms up, they'll all get going. Pelicana. Oh, canna I missed, but we'll dig that up. A little update on my son's vegetable garden. It's doing great. We've got a bunch of peas along the back that are getting to be ready to eat now. Here are the pea pods. He ate a couple yesterday. Turnips. Don't know if you can see that in there, but they're ready to pick. Carrots and beets I've never had any success with, but it's something fun for him, so. And broccoli. And all the plants in the backyard, I keep saying, can be propagated really easily and spread and everything. But just to kind of show you that, this is all stuff we pulled out already. And we'll just sell it, give it away. If we can sell it, we'll buy more plants. So, and then on top of that, we can get another 50 cannas, elephant ears, all sorts of stuff. So, hopefully in the next year, we'll be able to get whatever we need for back here and it won't cost us anything. This is the Spiky Bamboo from the island. I don't know that he's going to make it, but the roots should be okay, and he might throw out little shoots. We'll see. Oh, he is. I didn't notice that, but he's got new green leaves. He dropped all his leaves when we pulled him out. He did not like how we did that, but that's a new green branch and some new leaves. So he'll be all right. He'll be great at someone else's house. The Eureka Palm we planted, the one cane on the left is still looking a bit rough, but I think it'll be okay. The rest definitely will. And once we get some regular rain, it'll really help. Over here and around the Alexandria Palm on the other side over there, we need to do some nice landscaping, but that'll be in a few weeks. This is one of those Tropicana Cannas. Really pretty. But they'll get 3-4 feet and form a big bush. They're just little divisions we took. I bought one last year and planted out 5 from that. And it wasn't even in the ground. It was just in a pot, and they don't do as well. So that's cool. But we've got that planted with those black coral elephant ears and some fern all around here, and it's all really small because we just divided it all, but it was just free things we had. There's a ginger, and you can just keep dividing and spreading out and letting it fill in. And then we planted a giant upright elephant ear where that stick is, and this was all yesterday, so it'll take some time to come up, but I'm really excited about how this is going to look once it does. Another Latiforus bamboo. And then we've got the 2 crepe myrtles that came with the house years ago. I think we're going to cut those down this year, as well as the stump of a 3rd one that died a few years back. And talking to my wife yesterday, we might move this fountain or turn it into a waterfall on the other side, like I said, clear this out, put a little walking bridge over this path, and put a black bamboo on either side, which would be cool. And if she's down to get more bamboos, I'm down too. And the fountain hasn't really worked. That was an experiment that I don't have time for. But I mean, they charge like $800-900 for a fountain that big, and I figured I could make it. And with a feed trough and some old blocks I had laying around, all I had to do was buy a $20 pump. And it worked. It just needed to be leveled out and shimmed, and I just never got there. So, lots more coming. Oh, here's the flowers on the Dutchman's pipe. Well, that one's kind of done, but we've got another one coming here. They're really cool looking and something different. Here's another canna we potted up to get rid of. But lots of weeding and lots of work, but this year it's really going to come together. And next year, or I mean not next year, next month, April, is the 1 year of when we started doing all of this. So we'll do something special and maybe have some before and after pictures in the garden tour. But, oh, and back here, I'm going to clear all that out in the next week or so and plant some helicanas in there too. And then back here in this bed, we're going to get some, we'll plant these 2 cordylines I showed you last month, and some other less bright tropical plants, because it'll just be kind of a different color palette over here, which will be cool. And I need to paint the house. But that's for another day. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Like this video, subscribe to our channel if you want. But thank you very much. Take care.